I was scheduled for court today, October 23rd at 9 a.m. I know an understanding that court starts, I think, in 30 minutes. I had got a lawyer for this ticket. I was told last week to call and extend the court date to today. And my lawyer said that they were going to write in a letter and get this taken care of, but I'm looking at the docket right now. It looks like I still have court this morning.
I don't have anything here in regards to your lawyer. I still have you down at 9 o'clock on the docket, so if you're not here, there'll be...
Is there any way I can try to extend that over the phone? I know last time they said that I can't. I only get like the one time, like over the phone extension, and I have to write in next time, but I don't think, like I said, my lawyer said that they were going to take care of this. Like, I don't really know why this wasn't extended.
Yeah, all I can tell you is what I have in front of me, and it still says you're supposed to be here.
All
so
right.
If you're not here, we'll have to issue a warrant for your arrest.
So if I pay it, like, obviously that's like the last thing I wanted to do. I didn't want to pay it because, like, that's 2 points on my license.
Yes, you can pay it.
Obviously, again, that's not what I wanted to do, but that's like, there's nothing I can do. Like, the lawyer just, like, I can't, like, write an email showing the text between the lawyer being like, hey, like, this lawyer basically ghosted me, and they didn't do what they were supposed to do. Like, that's not an option.
We have no way of knowing that you even contacted a lawyer.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time. I'm just going to put it in then. I appreciate that. I have had a very long day, so that way you didn't have to. I had school earlier, and I've had nothing but phone calls all day, interrupting my classes. I had to walk out of classrooms, just a miserable experience. All because I had a court date for a ticket that I got while I was in the hospital after my motorcycle accident. Foot still broken. Okay. I know what you're thinking. Oh, why do you have court for a traffic ticket when you can just pay it? I figured I would use this mishap as an opportunity to explain to you guys, people who ride motorcycles, people who drive cars, people who just get from place to place. Traffic tickets are a part of life, and I'm going to be explaining my mentality about it. Completely unsponsored. You know, I see these types of YouTube videos all the time with people trying to advertise ticket lawyers and all these different services. Not saying that those are bad services. This is completely my own opinion. I have nothing to fear, I have no filter, and we're going to be talking about it. So the night that I crashed my motorcycle, I received a traffic ticket. The cop came up to me while I was laying in the hospital bed, writhing in pain, gave me the traffic ticket, and then walked out. It's just fact of life. You get into an accident, you're going to get a ticket. Now, since this accident wasn't my fault, I don't think I really deserved a ticket. I didn't cause anybody injury. There was nobody else on the road, thank God. Nobody else got hurt. So I wanted to fight this ticket. Of course, the easiest thing to do in every situation is just to pay the ticket. It is usually up front, at least, the cheapest way to get out of a traffic ticket. Because if you don't pay it, then you're going to get your license suspended, and there's a whole bunch of other legal consequences if you don't do that. So obviously, the number one thing that you need to do is take care of that ticket. Let's say you have a court date coming up. You decided that you don't want that ticket on your record. You could be 100% guilty of that fact. As long as you didn't admit straight up to the officer that you did something wrong, you are within your 100% legal right to get a traffic attorney. And what these traffic attorneys will do is they will go into court for you and fight this ticket on your behalf most of the time. Sometimes they make you come in. So that way you don't have to have a traffic ticket on your record. Now again, I don't want to get into the morality of the issue. Like, let's say you're going 90 and a 60, you get caught, you get pulled over. You pull over like a good citizen, you take your ticket, you get a traffic lawyer, get a lesser charge so that way you don't get as many points or even points at all on your license. The court still gets their money, and you don't get any points on your license, which is in turn cheaper for you in the long run. Now there's going to be someone in the comments saying, oh, why don't you just don't speed? When it comes to traffic law, cops get a lot of leeway and power when it comes to this stuff. And so a cop could have tagged the car behind you, and not even you, and given you a ticket for speeding for something that you didn't even do, or realize that you were doing wrong. Like, my point is, if you don't want points in your license, the court just wants their money. The court just wants money, and so as long as you get a traffic lawyer, you don't have to have those points on your license. So in my case, I did get a traffic lawyer. I definitely don't think I deserve that ticket, so I was like, hey, traffic lawyer up, we're gonna go fight it. And what ended up happening is, what I thought would happen is my lawyer just completely ghosted it. They didn't do anything, which is this morning I looked at my docket and it looks like I still had court this morning. I'm like, oh crap, I'm sitting in the middle of class. I can't make it to court. And so I quickly called my lawyer. Lawyer's not answering. I'm like, oh my God, lawyer ghosted it. They forgot about it. And so I had to call the court. They were like, can you show up? And I'm like, why would I show up? Like, I'm going to show up and fight and defend myself? Defending yourself in the court of law is a horrible idea. You're going to lose every time because the judge knows way more than you, and he's just going to throw the book at you. Law is like a science, and if you don't understand the chemistry of it, bro, you're screwed. You're not getting through court by yourself. please don't ever defend yourself in any sort of context in any level of court. You're just gonna lose. Again, not sponsored. I don't have to say this stuff. I'm just saying this because I've seen stupid people make mistakes, and I'm telling you this so that way you understand. Defending yourself is going to go, unless you're a top-class lawyer, which even still, you could be the top-class Harvard lawyer, and you're still probably going to get the book thrown at you just because the court wants you to get a lawyer. That's how the court system works. They make money by you getting a lawyer. They get money by you fighting the ticket. So I did the proper thing. I got a lawyer. The lawyer ghosted me. I was panicking this morning. That's when you see the phone call that you had just now. Basically, my only option was to pay the ticket or face some consequences. So I was like, oh my God, okay, I'll just pay the ticket. So I paid the ticket, which is like the last thing I always want to do. I never want to pay a traffic ticket because now I have points on my license. But I was prepared to come out here and completely be upset this entire video, but I'm not upset anymore. Can you figure out why? A little bit ago, before coming out here to record my video, my lawyer called me and they said that they did send in a request to move the court date to a later date. It's just the court system, like the court building's fax machine, I guess, was broken. And so they didn't receive the paperwork needed to extend the court date, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life, at least on the court's part. But I'm thankful for my lawyer that they did their job, and I guess they're requesting a retrial of this, so that way it's like a little bit more fair. So I'm not stuck with those points on my license, thankfully, because that would be a nightmare. I don't want to deal with that. But yes, I would love to use this as an opportunity to tell you why you need to get a traffic lawyer when you get a traffic ticket. It's just not smart if you don't. The courts, they just want their money. Now you can try to argue with me that paying for a lawyer, paying all the court fees, oh, that's so much extra money. Why would I go through all that? What if I told you that buying a lawyer, paying for a lawyer, yeah, it's more money in the short term. You're gonna be paying a lot more up front. You gotta pay extra court fees, the lawyer. Maybe you gotta buy the lawyer lunch. That sucks. But in the long run, when it comes to insurance, and when you get pulled over in the future, cops like to see someone with a clean record. If you don't have that, they're not gonna let you go. So paying for that lawyer in the long term is actually gonna end up saving you a lot of money. There's this YouTube channel I used to watch pretty religiously back in high school. It was called VinWiki. I remember watching this video on VinWiki of this guy. He was a very wealthy guy, and he was talking about all the traffic tickets that he used to get, and he was using it to shout out like some ticket lawyer business or whatever, which again, that's a fair business, but I'm not here to talk about any of that. This guy obviously came from a lot of money. He has a lot of money, and he was talking about how his favorite thing to do is to speed around, get caught, and then get a lawyer. This guy was a very experienced driver. He clearly knows what he's talking about and knows what he's doing. He just happened to like going fast on streets and getting caught. He would just get a lawyer, and so he wouldn't get any points on his license, and so he could keep going out, driving how he wants to drive in a manner that feels safe to him. But, you know, cops, the court system likes money, and so they like to hand out tickets to people who are breaking the law. Traffic law, obviously, like we're talking like the most minorest laws of all time. As long as you're not like weaving through traffic at 100-something miles an hour, you know, you're on a road completely on your own, doing your own thing, I think you're going to be completely fine. Basically what I'm trying to say is if rich people do something, usually that thing in the long term is going to end up saving you a lot of money. It's a really messed up system that we have in this world. I'm not defending it by any means. I'm simply telling you what to do and how to beat the system and how to work around it. Not necessarily beat it, just like maybe work around the system that we currently have, because you as an individual are not going to be able to change the system that we have. Yeah, we're not gonna sit in that, dude. You're turning right. Okay, I didn't see that. Well, if you're gonna turn right, you may want to go. Hurry up, dude. Thank you. I'm gonna pull up in here because these guys look like they're having a good time. Oh, I forgot to mention that there's a Ducati meet today, but oops, kind of, you know, slipped my mind a little bit. It's getting on the bike, broken foot. I hate this. I can't wait till I get over this era.
Is that the new Super Tech though?
What, the boot? Hey, what kills me is I just had bought these like the day before I crashed.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You have the Ducati ones too, right?
I do. I had 2 pairs of Super Techs, and I decided not to wear them on a very brisk night. It was so stupid.
You weren't wearing your jacket either. You weren't wearing...
Well, that was a normal thing for me. What?
Were you wearing riding pants or no?
No.
God damn.
I know. I had nothing other than these types. I had another pair of these. They're totally short, torn up now, but
I forget what those are called. Yeah, my brother has these too.
Yeah, they're great gloves. They held up.
I got a pair too. Actually, today he was messaging me about it. Today, he likes it. You know?
If I hadn't been wearing these, dude, I would have been way worse because I was like dragging myself with the gloves. So,
how's it riding like that?
What?
With your boot? How is it?
Oh, it's uncomfortable, but not impossible.
How long is that on for?
Another 3 weeks.
How long?
3 weeks. I got a cabin out in California though in December, so.
I saw that. When do you leave?
December 18th, I think.
December 18th?
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, so you'll be out there for New Year's and everything?
Yeah, I'll be out there for a month, yeah. So it'll be a good time.
Take it easy, alright?
Yeah, ride safe. Now you could argue all day, there's going to be the court defenders out there who's going to be like, oh, it's for people's safety. Not necessarily. Even if you are a completely 100% innocent, because police officers do get things wrong. I think even most cops out there can admit police make mistakes, and that's okay. But the way the court system is set up, that even if a cop makes a mistake, or if a police officer makes a mistake, you go to court, you show your evidence that, hey, my GPS says I was going 60 into 60 the entire time. It's following the law to a T. You still have to pay court fees. You could be 100% innocent. You still have to pay court fees. And that, my friend, tells you exactly why the court system is the way that it is. The court system is designed in a way for rich people to go out and enjoy their toys, their supercars, ride them super fast. Rich people can go out, rack up tickets, do whatever they want. Because if you look up how society is set up, I know this is like we live in a society moment, but it's true. Rich people can really get away with anything other than murder. And so if you're just trying to go out and enjoy your time, maybe not get a felony by running from the cops, do some mild speeding through some twisties, and you just happen to get caught, just know it's not the end of the world. If you just do what the rich people do in that type of scenario, like I'm talking like these rich people they do this all day. Like they do it like it's candy, bro. They'll just get tickets, and it's like humorous to them. They just get a lawyer for everything. When daddy's perfect little boy gets into a fight in his frat house, you know, they just lawyer up and they just get out. They get away with everything, bro. But luckily, traffic lawyers are a dime a dozen. They are very cheap. Don't have to necessarily go through one of those services I was mentioning earlier that most of these videos are usually sponsored by. You can look for local lawyers, and usually looking for a local lawyer, you know, somebody who plays golf with the local judge, or, you know, is buddy with the people around there, around that court system, usually ends up helping you out too. Yeah, just look for a local lawyer if you have a speeding ticket, and you'll get, more likely than not, you're gonna get that crap wiped off from your record. You could go out and enjoy your bike without having points in your license, more expensive insurance, and everybody's happy. And if you still aren't happy with that system, I get it. But like I said earlier, we as individuals do not have the power to change our current system unless there's a massive regime change, which is not going to happen in our lifetime. Like, just the best we can do is just operate in the system that we hold dear to our hearts. By the way, this is my Ducati Hyper 698. Love the sound of this bike. Just listen real quick. The D-cell pops, just listen. Just so stupid. It's not like extremely fast by any means. I think that's where I'm going to end today's video. If you guys learned something today and you guys want to share it with a friend, please by all means do that. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.